Hello, this is Brian from Yoga Hub, and this little video is going to share with you a useful tip for working with your shoulders in downward facing dog. Now, there's always lots of ways that we can do anything, but in downward dog, I think it's particularly useful to try and position your shoulders in a way that works with the natural alignment of your shoulder blades and your arm, because we're sort of designed to move that when our arm moves, our shoulder blades move. And when you're in downward facing dog, for most of us, our arms are going to be up and a little bit forwards, which means it can be useful to think of your shoulder blades as being up and a little bit forwards. And one thing you can use to tune into this is to think of a hug and a shrug. So if you take a moment to take your arms and wrap them around your body, give yourself a nice big hug, and just get a sense of your shoulder blades. You don't have to touch them, just try to feel where they are. I would imagine that for most of us, our shoulder blades are going to be away from each other. You're going to feel as if your upper back is broad. And notice that if in this position you were to try and bring your shoulder blades together, it's probably going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. So work with that natural position of when you hug, your upper back is broad. And then next thing you're going to do is to lift your shoulder blades upwards. Now, lifting your shoulder blades up is not often considered like a really good thing because sometimes it can begin to squish our neck. But notice that if you keep the hug, even as you shrug your shoulder blades up, you should be able to keep your neck relatively free. And this is a really nice way to create space around our upper back, around our neck. And then this becomes something that we can apply to our downward facing dog. So to give this a go, you can start by coming into your tabletop, but with your hands a little bit forward, so not directly under your shoulders. And also maybe with your hands just a little bit wider, so not directly under your shoulders. And then you might think again of that sensation of a hug, so your shoulder blades move away from each other. Then you might think of your shrug, so your shoulder blades come up a little. And again, not looking to squish our neck, but actually to try to create space around our neck. And with the shrug, you might find yourself just naturally pushing into your hands a little bit more. And then we can try and apply this into our downward dog by tucking our toes, lifting our knees, and sending our hips up and back. And although it can be a little bit more challenging as we start to bring more weight into our arms, keep thinking your hug, so shoulder blades forwards, and your shrug, so shoulder blades upwards. You might use the hug to create space around your upper back and neck, and the shrug to help bring a little bit more support into your hands. Take a little rest when you're ready. And again, lots of ways we can do anything, but a useful way for finding that little bit more space, that little bit more stability in our downward dogs can be to think, hug, and shrug. So I hope you found this useful. And if you did, you can find more content like this, as well as longer yoga, breathwork, Pilates, meditation practices at our online yoga studio. The link is below.